The true dun sulphur. You got two round upright wings that give the impression of life with the little barbules, what you call them, of the CDC. High floating, a good sheen on the body, creates lifelike look. You got the hare's ear in here that's going to create the impression of legs, and then that upright wing kind of just holds it all together, gives you a little extra flotation. I'm going to start out with the TMC 5212 in size 14. And I'm going to start with 50 denier nano silk. We're going to lay our thread base, get our thread started. Wrap that back about halfway. We're going to use 3 pieces of mousse for the tail. So you're just going to find your 3 pieces, 3 hairs, and cut those. Line up the tips. This is mousse mane I'm using. We're going to measure that about a shank length. Transfer that back. Wrap that in nice and tight to about the barb. Come in here, trim the backs. Wrap back just behind the barb. And then we're going to go around and under, over, around and under, and pull that tight. We're going to go back up to where we want our body to end. About right there. Now I'm going to add some amber z-lon poly of some sort. There's a lot of synthetics you could use for this, but it's going to be a nice orangey amber color. We're going to pinch wrap that, run it back to the tail. You can go ahead and pull through and make sure that nothing comes out as far as stuff that doesn't get trapped. Not too bad there. And we're going to wrap that forward a little further back. Kind of slippery stuff, so sometimes you gotta play with it. Bring your thread back forward to where you stopped earlier. We're gonna palmer this forward. Wrap it forward, not necessarily palmer, but wrap. And we'll stop there. Hold that, capture. Wrap in front, capture again, wrap in front. And that should be pretty secure in there. Being a synthetic, it's going to be pretty strong material. You don't have to worry about fish biting it or fish tooth going through it. Alright, for the next step we're going to take 2 CDC feathers. And we're going to stroke the CDC fibers back the long ways towards the tip. And we're going to invert that. Wet your fingers, helps a little bit. We're going to get that CDC in there just by the tip. Carefully. Kind of pull it away from me. Make sure it's really secure. Then we're going to take our second CDC feather. Same process. Tie it in tip first. And we wrap that back, we're gonna pull that one towards us so they split. Kind of bury that as best you can. Try to clean up those stray fibers. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and switch my thread over to yellow. 6/0 UTC. And I'm just gonna tie that in and circle this nano silk. Trim both of those off. Okay, so now we have our yellow thread laid. Now with this thread, you're going to want to spin it to tighten. Cord it up. Make it smaller. I don't find it as necessary with the nano silk, especially the 50 denier. Okay, so our next step, we're going to take some white calftail and just get a pinch for our upright wing. We want just a tiny little bit, super small fly, nothing crazy. Make sure you clean out the fur, clean out the under fur. You can stack it if you like. I'm not going to on this one because that hair's pretty even. We're gonna put it right past the body where our thumbnail is right there. We're gonna transfer that measurement over. Chop it off. Do that, we're gonna put dubbing on. Just a hair of dubbing. I'm using some red, not red, rabbit. I'm using some yellow rabbit. Kind of a hare's ear blend. Looks nice with the sulphur body. We're just gonna kind of bury it. Get your thorax built up. Go ahead and put your hair in. Pinch wrap down. Not too bad there. Wrap through it. Come up to the front. Now we're gonna true done these wings, or double loop wing. Essentially, is what we're going for. I just call it a true done. We're gonna bring one forward, capture best you can. Bring the other forward. Try to keep them even if you can. The end result will look a lot better. Wrap back a little bit. Pull tight, but be careful, you have 6/0. Come over those. Pull tight. Pull tight. Okay. We're going to come in here with the whip finish. 1, 2, 3. Pull that tight. When you're pulling this tight, try to keep the tension on your thread, but at the same time, hold it tight with your hand. If you break it, that's no big deal, but if it does break, make sure you check the strength of your whip finish. Make sure it actually finished the fly. Okay, now we're going to kind of pull this back and find bare stem best we can. Trim those out. And then from here, it's kind of just cleaning it up a little bit. Your CDC, when you pull it forward, is gonna have some loose fibers. You want to make sure there's nothing on the bottom, first of all, so that body sits down in the film. And then you can come in and do a little bit of a haircut. It's up to you how buggy you want it. If you want it very buggy, then don't trim your fibers as much. I just think that they're gonna be wind resistant, so I like to trim them if they're all over the place like that. And mayflies are skinny, especially duns when their wings are upright. You're not gonna have that wide profile. You don't need that wide profile. And that is your completed true dun. Sulphur. I think it's a great little sulphur pattern or mayfly pattern. Yeah, thanks for watching.